Welcome back to Inside the MLL. Look, it's no secret that playing in this league is tough. The commitment and sacrifice that these players and coaches make over the 5-month season is different than any other professional sport. So why do they do it? It's simple, for a chance to win a championship and say you're the best of the best, because there's really no parallel to the MLL. In this week's Bryant feature, some of the league's top players and coaches look back at their best championship memories.
I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling. You know, it's just like everything you've worked for that, you know, not just that 4 months for the season, but, you know, before the season, getting in shape, you know, getting your body ready for the, you know, physical demands of a season like that.
Yeah, championship weekend, you know, it's like a festive feeling. Now look, I never got to play in an NCAA Final Four. So for me, being at a championship weekend at the highest level of lacrosse was awesome. You know, I've done it with the Lizards now twice, and you know, the fans are excited because they're like real lacrosse fans, and they're real pro lacrosse fans. They know their stuff. You know, a lot of times we get these games, we get new fans, and they're kind of like, oh, this is cool. You know, what position do you play? No, man, championship fans are serious. They show up and they are pumped.
I felt like we were the best team a lot of the years we were there, but it's not always the case. The best team doesn't win the championship in lacrosse and football and soccer, baseball. It's you got to get hot at the right time, and we really haven't done that yet. But just to get there is an honor, so it's really fun to get there. Obviously, we haven't had the icing on the cake, but anytime you can be in the top 4 and have an opportunity to win 2 games to be a champion, that's all you can ask for.
Etching your team name in the Steinfeld Cup is the ultimate goal, an act that cements your place in the MLL history books.
Yeah, I mean, for championship weekend, you know, I was so fortunate to be right there and competing for a bunch of them, and I only won one of them. So the one we won with the Bayhawks out in Columbus was amazing. It was a really fun weekend. I would say, you know, people that know and followed the game at that time, Long Island smoked us during the regular season, and we ended up playing really well, and we beat them pretty good.
The games at Villanova, I thought that as a championship game, the overall quality of those 2 teams and that game coming down to the Kevin Lowe overtime will always stand out.
Jalbert looking to be the hero. In front, there's Lowe! He fires and scores! Kevin Lowe! The Long Island Lizards jumping for joy! Victory in 2003!
That game was extremely well played. I mean, you think about the number of Hall of Famers on both sides of the ball in that game. I'm not sure we'll ever see that again.
First one that I was involved with was 2005 with the Bayhawks, which I would still say, again, biased because it was a team I was involved with. I still think that was the best MLL team in the history of the league, and I think people have been around the league as long as I have maybe would agree with that. Certainly we're in a league of a lot of great teams, but that team was put in some dominating performances. I think that was one where it was how we played, not so much the winning, but it was just how we played. You know, our spacing on defense, our execution on offense, and then, you know, you see an attack. We had an attack of Gary Gate, Mike Powell, and Tommy Marichek. That was a group of guys who just set everything aside to be a great team. So that championship kind of represented that.
The LA one was pretty special, just because I don't know how else to say this, but like we knew we were going to win. You know, athletes always say like, oh yeah, we're going to win. But like the whole team was just like, yeah, we're going to win. like Doc's the best goalie, Sweeney's the best defenseman, you know, Cannabine was the best face-off guy. Strebel was the best midfielder. Roy was the second best midfielder. And, you know, humbly, like me, Springer, and BJ weren't too shabby at attacks. But like, it was like, yeah, we're gonna win. Like, of course we're gonna win.
I would have to say losing in the Final Four the year before to Boston probably stuck in my head the most. It was like last-second goal with. I can remember like it was yesterday.
4 seconds left. Boyle outside the arc, inside the pass. Quinzani, he scores! Max Quinzani with a buzzer beater.
And those are the kind of things that get ingrained in your brain. You tend to forget. I mean, you don't forget the times you win because it's so great, but the ones that are there for a while, the ones you lose. And that's kind of what gives you the extra push.
I mean, you can't beat the feeling of winning it, and so I think as soon as that final buzzer ended, and it was kind of a weird situation, the way the buzzer went off and the ball had gone out of bounds, so they weren't sure if there was any time left, but we knew it was over and threw all our stuff off and getting that monkey off our back. That was a really cool feeling.
I mean, it's the best feeling in the world, and I mean, there's really nothing better than that if you're in a sport than that last. You want to be the last team standing. And sadly enough, there's really only, I don't care if you've lost in the championship, because we lost in the Final Four the year before, and everyone could give you a pat on the shoulder, but at the end of the year, there's only one happy team.